Wisdom. It's an incredibly valuable asset. Some would say more precious than gold. It's attractive, appealing, admirable. Conversely, a lack of wisdom is the basis of immaturity, blind spots, and bad decisions. Wisdom. It can be gained over time, but it can't be rushed. But wisdom can be shared. That's precisely what we are here to do right now. Today, we are here to hack wisdom, to distill it, to understand it, and to process it. Why? To get better at life. Welcome to The Main Thing. This is your new 9-minute podcast. I'm your host, Skip Lineberg, and I've set out to interview the wisest people I know. We'll see what we can learn from each one when they're faced with an incredibly difficult, soul-piercing question. Welcome to Episode 16 of the Main Thing podcast. I'm your host, Skip Lineberg. I'm really excited about today. I'm about to introduce you to my guest, Adam Stotsky. Adam is a media and entertainment executive who spent most of his career in Hollywood. Adam has held senior leadership roles at Fallon Worldwide, Discovery Communications, and NBC Universal, with the last 6 years serving as president of E! Entertainment. And Adam Stotsky is without a doubt one of the wisest people I know. Over the next 9 minutes, you'll find out what unique bit of wisdom Adam has chosen to share with us today. Adam Stotsky, welcome to the Main Thing podcast. It's such a delight to have you on the show today.
Oh, Skip, first and foremost, it's just great to hear your voice and an absolute honor and pleasure to be here with you. Thanks.
Delighted to do it. Adam, for the sake of our audience, let's tell them a little bit about how you and I are connected, and I'm sure we'll sort of tag team this story. It starts in college, right?
It does. For your listening population, I'm speaking to my fraternal big brother, Skip Lineberg. Skip and I were fortunate enough to attend West Virginia University in Morgantown, West Virginia in the mid to late 80s together.
Go Mountaineers.
Go Mountaineers. And I had the pleasure of joining a Brotherhood of Phi Sigma Kappa fraternity. My actual blood brother, Michael Stotsky, was a member as well, and I had some friends there, and they recruited me up, and along that process, met you, Skip.
Adam, from the introduction, folks know that you have spent most of your career in Hollywood in the entertainment industry, media and entertainment, and I wondered if you would share with us just a few stories and remembrances, your thoughts about what it was like to launch Esquire Networks, because that had to be super cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, I would say in no uncertain terms, it was the highlight of my career. I'd spent 20 plus years sort of working my way up the professional ladder, first inside an advertising agency, building brands and driving growth from the outside in. Lots of different brands, lots of different categories, lots of different business life stages, startups,
Sure.
Brands in decline, challenger brands. Entered the media and entertainment space first through Discovery Communications and then ultimately NBC Universal. First as a marketer, I ran worldwide marketing for a brand called Sci-Fi, formerly known as the Sci-Fi Channel.
Loved it.
And then and then served as chief marketing officer for NBC, the big peacock.
Yeah.
The only thing
So
really
true.
driving linear television consumption in any significant way were these big events and sports. And so, even when we were launching Esquire, we kind of knew the challenge was an uphill challenge. We were sort of fighting against an industry change, an industry trend against us. But, I think because of the sort of clarity of the brand mission that we were looking to build, the singularity of the target audience that we were speaking to, and the belief that we were creating something that really didn't have any direct competition, I think it built a real optimism inside the culture of the collaborative that we had built. And I really believe that, the team just felt like anything was possible. And, for the majority of the time that Esquire was in its existence, that was true. It was 12 consecutive quarters of quarter-on-quarter growth in terms of audience size. It was 12 consecutive quarters of top-line revenue growth and 12 consecutive quarters of bottom-line profit growth.
Wow.
And so, incredibly proud of the experience that we built, incredibly proud of the team that we built, and really proud of the performance that the business was able to contribute to NBC Universal's bottom line.
Well, hats off to you and your team for what you accomplished there. That's a great story. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for sharing it with us and taking us inside of that a little bit. That was just fascinating to hear. And Adam, as you know, this is a short format podcast, so I'm going to pivot here and ask you the question that I ask each of my wise guests. Adam Stotsky, what's the main thing that you've learned so far in your lifetime?
Skip, the main thing I've learned so far is to stay curious. And I love that you phrase the question as so far, because it is a never ending journey, that's for sure. And I have found that as long as I can stay curious about life, about people, about ideas, about business, about relationships, about the world in general, it keeps me connected. It keeps me evolving. It allows me to avoid, the sort of traps and pitfalls that can unfortunately creep up from time to time. And I think that curiosity really cuts across every aspect of my life. I'm the proud father of two adopted boys.
Yeah.
We adopted them both at birth. They're now 12 and 13, or 12 and a half and 13 and a half.
Oh,
One of them looks me straight in the eye. He's 5'9", my 13-year-old. He's got a men's size 11 shoe. It's just,
I know.
It's incredible.
I love seeing them on Instagram.
Thank you. Having an opportunity to kind of see the world again through 12 and 13-year-old eyes makes you realize that that anything is possible, and to see their curiosity and to hear their curiosity about the world, about technology, about ideas. We've been fortunate enough to travel the globe with them, and to have these experiences with them in turn allows me to continue to stay curious and continue to learn about the world, about the people inside of it, about different, diverse, divergent cultures. And, I think that transcends everything. It's obviously a driver for life, full stop. But also, quite obviously a driver for me inside my business and professional context. I think that, the world that you and I grew up in, just a world of marketing, me in turn, marketing, media, and entertainment, is a world of ideas. And there is an absolute truism that great, powerful, breakthrough, innovative ideas can and will and do emanate from all aspects of a professional context, all aspects of an office. And if you allow yourself to stay curious about what any people think about an idea, a business situation, a show, a marketing solution, it really unlocks the best of people, and I think the best product along the way. And so, I think staying curious is absolutely the one thing that I've learned so far.
Oh, I love it.
Never lose sight of.
What a powerful statement. Stay curious. Adam, when in your lifetime did this wisdom crystallize for you? When did you lock onto that and go, boy, this is what's going to drive me. This is what I need to hold on to and even impart to my children?
When I was asked by our former CEO at NBC Universal to move my family from New York to Los Angeles in 2008, it was interesting. Okay. It was, it's interesting to kind of relive that moment. It was on the precipice of the sort of financial and housing collapse in 2008.
Yeah.
My boys were 1 and 2 at the time. My wife was sort of born and raised in the New York metropolitan area. We had never really thought about or discussed living in Los Angeles, but it was a great professional opportunity. When I came to NBC as chief marketing officer, I was asked to lead a team of about 350 people. It was a huge population. There was an organized or represented union contingent, actually 2 unions inside the organization. A big, broad, diverse team. I had never led an organization of that size and of that diverse a population. And I think that, what it really showed me, certainly as a leader of people and as a professional leader, you can't have all the ideas. You can't be the sole arbiter of what is or is not innovative. You have to build an architecture where ideas will and absolutely do emanate from all aspects of that 350 person population. Otherwise, you're going to be swimming upstream if you ever are able to get your head out of the water. And so, it was really being thrown into that deep end that forced me to recognize that there's so much for me to learn. And even as you rise up through the professional ranks and assume more and more responsibility, you have to stay first and foremost humble, but you have to stay curious, because There's so much stuff to learn. This is a business and a world that's moving so rapidly, changing so rapidly. The way consumers engage with media, the way consumers engage and consume and distribute their own content. You can never know everything. You can never know enough. And the minute you stop asking questions and stop being curious, I think is the moment you need to hang it up. And so it was really that situation that was the catalyst for me.
Ah, perfect. The humility comes through, Adam. I love that. I love the concept that you've chosen to share, and I love the way that you've explained and justified it. Adam Stotsky, how great this has been to catch up with you. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your time with me and our audience. Just thank you so much.
Absolutely. My privilege, my pleasure, and a whole lot of fun. So thanks. Thanks, Skip. Appreciate it.
Be well, stay well, and keep in touch.
You too.
Wow, 9 minutes is up. That goes by incredibly fast, doesn't it? Time flies when you're hacking wisdom. I hope you're left wanting more. Sync up with us again next time on The Main Thing for 9 more minutes of wisdom. Hey, it's Skip here. I want to thank you for listening and subscribing. If you want to show your support for The Main Thing podcast, I'm excited to let you know that we now have a merchandise store. So if you want to get some Main Thing merch, just go to teespring.com/themainthing. Teespring is TEESPRING. So that's teespring.com/themainthing. There you can find t-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, tote bags, all emblazoned with the beautiful The Main Thing podcast logo. Check it out. Go get some merch. Thank you in advance.